Giving all praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua Ba'Shem Kakwadash. Listen to this, and I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna comment on this. This is Micah Hell M, or I Am the Reason, Garfield from Dagger Squad, Hebrews in the Hood, rundown of Vocab Malone. This was a video that was put up the other day that Sarnetta had cut up. It's the same video or show, live show, that had Johanna on, or General Johanna, talking about the vaccine. But anyway, this is what the brother said. You know, you have a lot of people pursuant to that teach pursuant to Genesis the 6th chapter about the sons of God laying with the daughters of men, and I'll read that, and they'll say it's talking about angel hybrids and stuff like that. No, they were the sons of Noah from Shem that laid with the other sons of Noah, which they wasn't supposed to. So listen up, and I'll come back. I mean, this is basic, but you still got people teaching this. Anyway, listen up.
Almighty Hebrew, he kind of got a different outlook on certain things. But my standpoint and understanding, as far as when you see the sons of men and the sons of God, the sons of men were actually Cain's seed, and the sons of God was come through Shem and Seth's seed, right? And we was always, that bloodline was always considered God's from day one. If you get to, what is it, Psalms 83? What is it, Psalms 83 it is, or Psalms 84, 82? Give me that Psalms 82.
82 verse 6.
Yeah, give me that Psalms 82 verse 6. So when it say that the sons of men looked on the daughters of God, saw that they was fair, and they went into them, it was saying that that royal blood seed, which will eventually come down to the nation of Israel, Jacob and his children. Read that real quick.
This is Psalms 80.
And that's true, because the sons of God, the word Israel, loosely translated, means the sons of God. But if you want to be exact, Israel is Yah, which is he, Shah, which is prince, and Allah, which is God or gods. He, prince of God. A king has a son. A son of a king is also known as a prince. He's not just a son, he's a prince. And when his father passes, his son becomes a king. So princes become kings. So that's what it meant by the sons of God, or Israel, laid with the other nations. Let's listen on.
2 and 6. I have said, ye are all gods, and all of you are children of the Most High. But he shall die like men and fall
Like one of the princes. Now this is
so that's us now, because in the kingdom, pursuant to 1 Corinthians the 15th chapter, it around about the 50 some odd verse, you can really start at the 38 and read down, and it speaks about how in a moment, in the twinkling of an eye at the last trump, it says that we shall be changed, meaning we shall go back to our godly state. We will be superhuman, supermen and superwomen, extraterrestrial, meaning we will live on the earth, we will walk the earth, we would eat, we would have babies, we would have sex on the earth, but we will be supermen and superwomen. You know, when you read the backstory of so-called Superman from the 30s, the story was about Israelites, because his name was Kalal, which means all powerful. Kal Allah means all powerful. So Esau knew back then. See, Esau always knew that we were the children of Israel, because They even made a movie in the 30s called Green Pastures, and you can probably watch it on YouTube. And Esau ruled Hollywood, so-called Jews ruled Hollywood, and they made that movie called Green Pastures, and all the characters in the movie, the Most High, Michael Archangel, Ezra, they were all played by so-called black people, which were Israelites. Anyway, let's go back to it.
Talking about the nation of Israel. The men are the other nations, right? So this thing always...
Yeah, the daughters of men are the other nations. Just like today, Israel, they look at the other nations as the women as beautiful.
Went back. Now, that don't mean that it wasn't giants on the earth and things of that nature. I just don't believe that it had...
Right, because they were actual giants back then, which if you go to Genesis 6, it's not talking about giants, because it does mention giants. It's not talking about giants. The word there is Nephilim or Nephilim, which means the fallen ones. We are the fallen ones. Apostle Peter spoke about that. The Job, the Apostle Joel, Jude spoke about that we were those angels put into chains of darkness, which are these bodies.
Had to do with freaky angels. You see what I'm saying? Angels was around. They were also called sons of God. So you just got to know where to separate it, because we can actually follow that bloodline all the way throughout the whole Old Testament, even to the New Testament. I know some brothers it's Tanakh only, but
okay.
So yeah.
So let me ask.
Yeah, Tanakh only. The brothers that are Tanakh only are completely lost. They have you have a book, a 500-page book, and you only have the first 100 pages of a particular book. Well, you can't tell me the story from that book. I give you a book, a 500-page book. I tear out a number of pages, and I give you the first 100 pages of the book, and then I tell you to do an essay, what's the term? Damn, I can't think of the term, but in college you do. Basically, it's an essay, but it's a different. I can't. The name doesn't come to mind right now. Somebody can help me in the comment board. Not a thesis. Damn. But anyway, you would fail if you only had 100 pages. The first 100 or the middle 100 pages, or the last 100 pages, you would fail the test as to what the book is talking about, because you need the whole book. Let's come back and listen to that again.
But he shall die like men and fall
like one of the princes. Now this is talking about the nation of Israel. The men are the other nations, right? So this thing always went back. Now that don't mean that it wasn't giants on the earth and things of that nature. I just don't believe that it had to do,
because there were actual giants back there that were, scholars and Bible historians would record that they were anywhere from 14 to 18 feet tall, or even taller. So they were literally giants. We were compared to these giants. We were like grasshoppers to them, meaning we were stout to them, small to them.
Angels. You see what I'm saying? Angels was around. They were also called sons of God. So you just got to know where to separate it, because we can actually follow that bloodline.
Right, sons of God. Job, the first chapter, and Job, the second chapter, speaks about the sons of God, and that's referring to the angels in the spiritual realm.
All the way throughout the whole Old Testament, even to the New Testament. I know some brothers it's Tanakh only, but
Tanakh only Israelites, they might have the first 50 pages of a 500-page book, or the first 100 pages of a 500-page book. So when you go into the story, let's say you go into the middle of the book. Let's say you go into page, well, let's go to page 250 of a 500-page book, and all you know is the first 100 pages, you're lost. That's why these Old Testament, not knocking them because they're Israelites, but you got to know the Old Testament and the New Testament. That's why these Old Testament only Israelites don't understand what the mark of the beast is all about. And it's a goddamn shame that you got Nate and you got Johanna, and Johanna, everybody's talking about Johanna as that he's a sellout, man. They're saying he's a sellout because he told people on the last video that he did. And I'll be watching the show tonight with Captain Cesaria, because I'm pretty sure people are going to come on that comment board and they're going to question him about the mark of the beast and the microchip and whether we should take the vaccine or the vaccine. Let's listen. I'm just speaking. I'm just thinking out loud pretty much, and I'm basically quoting scriptures.
Okay, so let me ask you, what is the problem? What is the beef that you brothers have with Africa?
You picked the wrong one, didn't you? I got it.
Well, that's another problem. ISUPK is a major camp, and if you were born in Nigeria or West Africa, Senegal, or Nigeria, or Ghana, you're automatically a Hamite. There was a video put up that this was during the time when they were having the cookouts on a Saturday, which was a Sabbath. They were breaking the law. You're not to kindle a fire on the Sabbath. And that's in the law. That's in, if I'm not mistaken, I believe that's Exodus 35, if I'm not mistaken, or Leviticus 35. About the second verse, it says that you're not to make a fire on the Sabbath. So what do I do on the Sabbath? I'll eat something cold. You know, I won't cook. I do not cook. But let me come back so I can get my mind straight.
Freaky angels. You see what I'm saying? Angels was around. They were also called sons of God. So you just got to know where to separate, because we can actually follow that bloodline all the way throughout the whole Old.
Now this particular brother right here, Micah El, which is Micah Allah, which loosely translated means God-like, or who is like a God, or who is like the powers. He's part of was it Israel of God, which they believe and they teach that the other nations can be saved, and the scriptures that they use is the Gentiles in the New Testament and the strangers in the Old Testament that can receive salvation. Those strangers in the Old Testament and Gentiles or heathen in the New Testament that can receive salvation are Israelites that were outside of Jerusalem. You had some of them that knew that they were Israelites that lived in other lands, and they came to Jerusalem for the past, not just the Passover, the Tabernacles, and the Feast of Weeks. Deuteronomy 16 verse 16. See what I'm doing? I'm just quoting these scriptures, you know. I'm just quoting these scriptures.
Testament even to the New Testament. I know some brothers it's Tanakh only, but
the brothers that's Tanakh only, and Tanakh is nothing but an acronym, TNK, Torah, Nabayim, and what's the writings, which is Katabyam. So the Tanakh is a acronym for Torah, which is the law, Nabayim, which is the prophets, and I'm saying it in that so-called Jewish Hebrew, and Kathayim, which is actual ancient Hebrew for writings, which is, you got the Psalms, you got the Proverbs, you got the Songs of Solomon, you got the Ecclesiastes, you got the Ecclesiasticus and the Apocrypha. So if they don't, you know, embrace the New Testament, then they're lost. if they don't accept the fact that the